Hello again. By this moment night at calendar Monday, 28th of 2025. Actually, since this evening until this night, through this night, still need to make monologue again on this internet. I've got contact saying I'm being promoted actually also by Internet Global actually. Thank you very much about that. And I'm still being crossed or being intimidated. My contact say this actually being ignored, but definitely already being conversations also. Very latent to the informations. Contact say suspect already growth as the young peoples actually, and that also happens on my town. My contact say similar with that, and there seems on relations each others, and this just about manipulating my genuine case also. Seems they want to make politics also for about that. Okay, I got disturbed and already made the conference on this first beginning. Definitely happen in time to this moment also. I'm trying to confidence. My context say I'm definitely center for the orientations actually. They are definitely also segmentarian for about the case also. Trying to canceling to cut it out. Context saying that's the word. They want to cut the appointment project or about the pioneering case, Internet ID 666 one for discovering. I can take say the situation actually already nearby, but I feel not kind of similar to that because I'm being blocked for about this kind of fake actually. That's why also I still need to make my conference for chasing about the progress also. It's kind of fake, not true actually. Little bit ignored by my contact say they're actually fake alibi, not true actually for commitment, and they recruit also as suspect community charters, even that on my town. For the story, contact happening said actually at the first speech need to be conference also for about the activity supernatural actually on relations to about my parents historical and friendship also. This kind of gift context present actually for need relations, family, or about love also. The son of Papa Libana Merdeka, which meaning myself takes similar with that, but my contact say also my father not responsible about that, and just made another conversations for bluffing the situations, friendship, about disappointment, love. Actually, context I own love actually as presence. That's at first beginning actually, and then my contact also say on this moment night I'm definitive fake for about the confirmations. The situation already being contact to Jakarta also by alibi or watching people also. That's on domiciliary address in my town. My contact say my case actually also being handled by watching people from country of Australia also, and on status as pioneering actually for similar case among social and through international. We got contact also to about the connections suspect each other's definitive already premier to my country. See international rewatch for about experience, contact, ordinary name Irwan Cornell actually. And already definitive indicate got connected with suspect local peoples context say actually they're dominant local peoples, and seems on relations families also as similar with internal IDX 666 on discovering explanations context say they're actually Metallica group of fans also of families, and on chronology case actually about name one corner, domicile address, graduate education, university, Australia. I got contact also actually being lead and need to become friends also for about their costumes or locality also similar with their activity actually. Supernatural or human commanding goes from grave. Jealous peoples or sleeky peoples are very Greek for about their personality. And my case actually also contains all definitive directions for zones, definitive dominant about contact body supernatural, definitive we include on the moment actually. That kind of bluff and definitive context at first beginning people's thinking about my internet as bluffing claim or fake case actually, because kinda particular or just encoding, not documented. Even that's actually any video or courtesy that I put also on my internet. But through this moment progress since this evening also, I've got context my internet or direction or the straight to the zoned case, which I'm meaning actually definitive and similar with people's also, but on weakness actually for about the courtesy or the commenter also, because actually suspect already being busted on people's experience already also. Actually they made another activity supernatural then contact body, which meaning by enter ID 666 one could discovering not just hearing or contact yelling to ordinary, but also made another activity as similar but kind of different also. I can think say that's not very problem actually, because already being courtesy also by my internet connection, or I already put that shooting video on my internet also. I got contact definitive said being alibi actually, and definitive already goes for indications about the relation suspect to politic or about politicians also. They're already being identified also doing terror by method supernatural, and that's already include also for nature disaster or about weather also, and even also about earthquake, nature disaster by their method human commanding goods and greed. Context actually already being conversations by international with alien family that's on trust attributes as supreme alibi for case which or human commanding goods on international context since David Copperfield actually since Houdini, alien family actually already alibi for supernatural, and already been conversation about case internet ID 666 one discovery for identifying status suspect as similar with claim internet ID 666 one discovery human commanding goods from grave, which are relations activity also to nature or water. And similar with earthquake, all about disaster, nature disaster, context already being identified. Their dominant or indications include for about that also. By their activity, supernatural human commanding goes from grave. Actually, already being confirmed by their self among friendships ordinary. My context say, name in one corner definitely being manipulated for not being informations about that. And through this moment conference, I'm being suggested to make the report profiling also about my progress, about my status also as victim by them, not actually about alien family actually already being identified. Definitive they already made their confirmations through statement among friendships on already local peoples and context here also, since there are relations that is suspect also by Asia peoples context on similar statement, similar confirmations, and they both actually targeting also for their female victims. Name Iwan Cornell or Inter ID 666 one for discovery. And that's also my confirmations. And meanwhile also I'm being bluffed also again by their contact. Say I'm definitely being rejected by them, by their alibi for meaning also about governments on my country. So about my secret internet or my legal case. My project also is similar. And they say because also about the relations each others. Our meaning also for about my pioneering case actually definitive success, and that's on response to not being accepted for about my legal case. So they say they actually include also governments or economy also, which meaning this kind of about my country actually, and definitely kind of complicated. I'm being suggested to take risk for made my internet about that, so can be relevant also for following about my statement context saying that's kind of relevant actually. Just made my conference about that also, and context this actually also questioned by international actually peoples among countries or families also since years to years before actually their own similar experience but not being answering because about what. It's kind of confusing context since Houdini, since David Copperfield also, and I'm actually part of families from United States and also countries. Tiba papa di mana merdeka and also my mother, Madame Latina, contact similar with that. Said I'm actually opportunity by them because I made my internet claim case that actually being searched by international since two years before, since Houdini. This actually questions this kind of phenomenon that's still not being answered until the arrival of Internet ID 666 Wako discovery. His email commanding goes from grave. Sorry about wayang also. They say actually we already educate also for about wayang also. Java people or about their costumes, and to also Asia peoples can take say also, such as also Hindu or India and also China. It's kind of controversy about status each other as owner of the supernatural actually. So religions or about costumes also between them. I got contact say very nearby actually. This similar with signal phone. Actually you're in touch each other in here for about this contacting. It's really happening. It's kind of scary for me, but I'm being contacted also. Say I own alibi also for about my case, my project case. And my contact say also this alibi charges actually on status suspect also each others and on potential also as enemy and already being investigated also by free agents already being identifying also. Contact say on connections for the track record or the status also to some peoples on international. I can take say that include also Guns and Roses and their personnel also. Say actually known about these peoples actually suspect, which meaning by Internet ID 666 one could discover. Some of them actually politicians and some of them also kinda civilian also on my country. My context say they're actually families but not kinda that also. Similar with friends was to be and ever involve each other was to be. And my contacts they also our indications until this millennium through moment case into the ID 666 Wako discovery. Our status still similar persons actually, which meaning by international. But they say that alibi also includes United States of America, peoples actually ever involved as friendship with Indonesian peoples was to be. As for agents which own domiciliary address also ever live ordinary on Indonesia country. I can take say they actually performs for their costume supernatural actually was to be. But kind of difficult to understand because there isn't claim for case and we just busted on this moment day. And tadi 666 mau ke discovery ni. Can take say truly life experience definitive ordinary alibi through international but still step by step for about that and can they say I'm the one actually that being risk for on the reward so about the moment. I got contact as similar also with that. Thanks God I can evaluate about that and make the resume. I contact say also this already kind of useful actually ordinary by peoples and still necessary for being suspended, being hold to about the execution day. But they say that's actually for alibi or about our experience also actually the supernatural. The phenomenon kinda unique and need to be observed or experienced actually. And the contact also said this actually to about internet global families also, which include also under ID 666 markers covering me. So about the connections, relations, family also, each others. To my parents, Papa di Bana Merdeka and Madam Slatina. The internet actually escalations also for about these situations phenomena supernatural actually. It's kind of rebellion or just bluffing each other actually. That suddenly name one Cornell made his claim on internet. 346 in the world, what pioneering the existence case supernatural. That's actually already being experienced by some peoples that's not responsible for their activity since years to years before. It's actually social secret actually they say that's kind of magicians, kind of witch or voodoo, but not very success but about the practice actually until these years, until our moment together, the supernatural that's already being claimed, being called internet by name Irwan Cornell from country of Indonesia. And my context say also actually on first sense chronology to about Michael Jackson's. Context say he actually also on activity similar also was to be. Okay, that's also need to be confronted on this moment. I'm really confused about the Michael Jackson, okay, but I just put that on my report on this night. Okay, contact very variative, kind of variable, person by person and sustained on this day. Since this evening, I mean, until this night also, actually, are still being disturbed, being terrored, being intimidated, being manipulated. And there seems include also about institutions also and government. I really understand about their orientations, criminal, supernatural to my ordinary actually. There seems a kind of saint, kind of prophet for about their contacting. They're talking about faith, but suddenly they seems want to blame me, want to reject my confirmations internet, and that's also include my reward case or about my project also. This seems kinda different method, militia or something about politics also by some peoples on this day. I got contact actually the situations definitive from my parents' enemy. I got contact also the situations also come from social attitude. That's for another point. And as context say actually this about Indonesian politics. Context say they're actually kind of scumbag actually for their mindset actually, but they're made camouflage as politicians, as government or oknum also. That's confusing us or into ID 6661 for discovering also in the same time. For about the chronology case, to local domicile address, name is one Cornell or through international also, through countries as meaning. For a similar case also actually definitive confusing. I context say the kind of families each others. This activity supernatural being usual being manipulated, and until this night I'm still being rejected also for about my reward case or about my status also on this case. Context say are similar with that, which meaning also the situation actually variable for explained about the supernatural by peoples on ordinary. I'm definitely being left behind because about that. Context say this actually need fight for struggling about that, for advocating about the case. Need to kill somebody, not just make conference, make speech on internet. As similar with internet ID 666 on the discovery. Context say that's actually the next step for pioneering the reward case. Yelling somebody on ordinary, not just make conference, do fight, rumble that on ordinary for asking about the reward money and the not attentions for about law, because that's actually one dominant which made confusing, which made manipulate conspirations, and context saying this also actually about my parents, definitive victims by suspect actually a kind of villager the kind of bandits that's ignoring about law or general attitude on this thing. They're from institutions also for their camouflage and context say they want to defend for not being blamed. Definitely they're rejected for about this case, and that's also for about claim internet ID 666 on the discovery. I context say also they're actually hooker or community to work criminal also. They're on Collegia International. They're actually families and not recognizing by us and through also by internet ID 666 on the discovery. They seems not afraid, not scary, not afraid actually for meaning not afraid to but law. Definitive not afraid for about punishment, for about case by pioneering internet ID 666 on the discovery meaning also. I got contact say also there are definitely families of entertainment mode which own relations, connections, ordinary contact each others to international, such as also United States of America or about Asia also, and also about government. I'm definitely being centered by them, and that's still about my parents. It's kind of promote also for growing internet global as part for the case actually. My parents are about the entertainment world also, or about international friendships, kind of confusing. And context, they're actually variable for the chronology actually. Each other's own segment for case by case, which actually explain about their status suspect that being looking for by us or by Internet 666 one could discover similar also. Contextually, I'm definitely being jealous actually because I'm the one that's on thinking about the situations, indications, or made alibi on the progress. I'm definitely being jealous. Context actually I on status as Black Gold want to hijack for about my claim. I'm definitely being jealous. That's also I received for the message. I got contact until this night. This actually kind of usual, not problem actually, even against human rights, even against about human rights. They say it's kind of usual, not very problem actually. And that's meaning not very necessary to responsibly the case. And that's also about my case reward or about my project need to be realizations. That they say kind of nonsense for responsibly that. Okay, to heaven and to hell, they say they're still doubting for about the moment execution day. This kind of estafette actually for bluffing Internet ID 666 one could discover. Actually not true for responsibly Internet ID 666 one could discover. It just contact body supernatural. I can take say also this need to be blunder, need to be crossed Even that's already being claimed, already being systematic as case by Internet ID 666 on discovery. Kind of this point for about the contact, and they say also that actually non-procedural peoples, which meaning on baking or some oknum by local governments also. There are some kind crazy peoples similar with maniac or psychopath already being busted, already being conversation ordinary by alibi also. They say naming one colonel definitely for the directly to his claim actually, but kind of complicated because some people say the situations not kind of necessary for responsibility actually. No need to meet the moment execution day. This kind of variable for explain about the situations, about the case experience, about the zone case actually also, the moment by moment actually contact body supernatural. But alibi contact through this night also, people also actually own their courtesy. Their performs actually already being busted by video. That's actually also need to be reported by the ID 666 Walker Discovery. They just not stop to about contact body supernatural, but they continue for their criminal method by another questions, another segment situations, such also fighting each other or sabotaging on jobs, business, or about blaming some people, somebody. Similar also in the ID 666 on discovery me. Okay, I hope my conference can be glad for us. I'm trying for my best also to evaluate, to resume, to make these two for English speech also, because this content kinda confusing, complicated, since this evening through this night also. I want to say thank you very much, peoples, and I got contact international also the conversations for continue about my observations, my internet anchoring case. To alien family on United States as supreme alibi for proving about witch or magic or supernatural actually. Thanks God, alien family exists for this alibi. I'm definitely met suit court definitive I want my rebook case or project also actually, and I'm going to wait about that until the rest of my life. That's all I think on this moment night. I'm being blundered again by this community. I don't know, it's kinda complicated because the situation also is similar with indigo actually, similar with autism also actually. Okay, I'm trying for my best. It's kinda necessary for me, and I believe social also need my conference report. Thank you very much and see you again. I will close this conference audio for a while. I'm going to continue next. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi and shalom and Om Shantias Bodhi Satya.